Okay guys, so welcome to today's group discussion session. It's a task which is conducted in the GTO and it just conducted after the GP exercise is done. So in this, the GTO briefs you about the whole process first, and in this we have to the whole group discussion happens for two times. So in the first group discussion, GTO will give you two topics and three leads to each topic. First, you have to have a discussion about which topics you guys will have, and then after choosing the topic, you will have a discussion for around 10 to 15 minutes on the topic. After the discussion, then once again, same process repeats. The GTO once again gives you two topics with three leads each, and after that, the whole discussion process happen for 10 to 15 minutes. So as the group is very small today, so we will just have one group discussion today. Okay. So I will hope all of you guys will participate very actively because you will get guys today will get ample of chance to speak. Okay. So yeah. So I am going to give you two leads. Sorry, two topics first. First is China's foreign policy and its impact on India. Our leads are China's expansion policies through its investment plan, its BRI initiative, and third is its manufacturing power base. And the second topic will be uh, is there deficiency of officers in Indian Armed Forces? If so, what are the major regions? The leads are youth, how youth can be motivated to join forces, the other employment opportunities coming up in India, and third one uh, is that third one what the Agniveer scheme, its impact, and that's why youth is moving to some other places. Can I type it? Pro yaar. Okay, let me type it also. But I hope you guys have listened it. So any difficulty? I will. The borderline two topics are China's and its foreign policies and its impact on India. And second topic is there any deficiency of officers and soldiers in Indian armed forces? And if so, what are the major regions? So of this topic, you guys have to discuss. So okay, so you can now start with the discussion.
So are we have to discuss on both of topics or only
Yeah,
one?
like first you have to discuss like which topic will you guys have discussion on. So you can start with.
I think we can go with the China ones.
Yeah, okay.
Agreed.
Yeah, first, like if you have given opportunity by the GTO to have a discussion, then have a discussion. Like, what are the top? Why are you choosing China as a topic of discussion, right? So you can speak it like why China is important factor. Like you can say that points like currently we are in a phase of with China. Like the Galwan incident happened. It is one of the major economic counters to India, right? You can mention these points. So yeah, so I think you guys wanted to have a discussion on China, right? So then you can have. Let me just type in the leads for you guys. Okay. Okay. So these are the three leads. You can. So guys, these are the three leads. You can start with the discussion now.
So talking about the China's policy impact on India. So recently we have seen that China and India both are the one of the fastest growing economy in the world, and the China's dominance is a threat for India's security, as we have seen that China's Belt and Road Initiative. So I think it is a threat for India because China is trying to surround the India from the all sides.
Yeah, I also agree with him. Like the Sting and Pulse initiate uh, plan which is China has launched against it. Like it is countering and making its investment just nearby us, right? Yeah, Kapil wants to add something. Yeah, Kapil.
Yeah, yeah, because from our past we have very disputes between each other. So like as if China is in have veto power, some of the main economic conditions of China is something high. So we should keep trading. We should keep mutually interested in both of our economic conditions so that our trade system be managed and our economic be sustained and managed very peacefully and will
And I
prosper.
think this act of China, like to initiate the Belt and Road Initiative. So as all we know that it goes through the POK, that is Pakistan occupied Kashmir. So it is also the against the sovereignty for India as well. And we have also shared the longest border with Pakistan and China. So I think by using the Belt and Road Initiative, China's and Pakistan relations are stronger. That is the threat for India.
I think the main harm, the most harmful thing of the China is to give the to invest in the low economy countries and make them debt make them in debt and then occupy its land. It is the most harmful.
Yeah, like
And
just
we
happened with the example of Sri Lanka. It invested heavily in Sri Lankan economy. Sri Lankan government take lots of loan from China and it was unable to pay it. Now the for repaying their loan, they have to give the all the things which Chinese built to the Chinese company and Chinese government for a lease of 100 years, like they hampered with the Hambantota port, right, guys? So it's their plan or strategy to which like in they first invest heavily, give loans at a very higher interest rate so that the government of that country could not pay back the loans, and after that they will take over the project. So it's a win-win for China. I would like to add, like, they are also Ugant and Deepika, why are you not participating? Yeah, guys, you can also participate.
So
Yeah,
as we know that
we have land disputes also from our past. We can see the McMahon line, which was established at 1914, and now till now we have many issues like the China changed the names of some parts 20, I think 21 or maybe 14 places. So it's a major role that China is playing. So we have to be put some efforts to make this, as China is not even put some hard uh, role in our land areas or something else.
we need to make some strong policies against
Yes.
against the China to counter it by 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 just making a different type of committee to counter it, like to counter the pearl string strategy and to reoccupy our areas which is taken by the Chinese on the border area.
That's a good point, Himanshu. I'll just like to add that if we have to beat China, then we have to be an economic superpower, like China is. It is a manufacturing superpower. Its exports highest to the world, and in any country does. It have exports to more than $3,000 billion, and we just export 600 billion. So we have to be much greater exporter, and to be an economic superpower, then only we can sustain our defense forces in the case of war.
And also
okay
to
as
maintain our economic stability in South Asian region, I think both of the nations should endorse the free trade. I think that the
So
free
as
trade
Abhishek
agreement
and
and friendship.
Himanshu mentioned that China is using the investment to make a good relation with the India's neighbor country like Sri Lanka and Bangladesh, and these investments are going through these countries through the some policies like BRI. So if India want to improve the relations, if India want to counter the China, so we have to improve the relations with our neighbor country like Bangladesh and the Sri Lanka.
Yeah, definitely. We are also working on it. Like we have just launched many we have joined like BITSMEC summits which was hosted. We have also called, like we are currently this year hosting G20 summits. So we have also called our neighboring countries to the summit so we can foster a better bonding among ourselves.
Yes, when the G20 summit held in May at Kashmir, so China was not a part of it. So there be some issues with our relationship. So why this is an issue? So we have to make some like these bonds between each other by which we can grow economically, can also strategies agreements can be put towards them.
So as we know that China's BRI policy that is currently in undergoing, so it is making our relation very far away from the our neighboring countries. For example, we have also invested money in Afghanistan for lot of development, but now China is also planning to use the BRI project in Afghanistan as well. So this type of investment is very bad for India for the future relation with Afghanistan, and India's investment in Afghanistan become wasteful if we do not counter it.
Uh, One of the important things which we should also consider is that we import more than $100 billion of products from China. Like we are dependent heavily for medicine, especially for APIs, which is the important ingredients for making of medicines, and many important things like from tires to car parts, from semiconductors. We all import a lot of things from China. So we have to stop that first by not just putting an absolute ban on things, but we should foster our local industries so that they can compete with the companies of Chinese.
Yeah, it is
I like to
correctly.
add.
I agree with Abhishek as he mentioned that we have to stop the importing of uh, things from the China, not by absolutely mean, but we can decrease it day by day. And India should focus on the indigenous products.
I would like to add a point that we should have to invest on on the manufacturing of this product in our own country. We have to set up the various plants, various industries for it to manufacture it and to get the and we are a huge exporter of a raw material. We can also make our raw material. We can also make a product final product from our raw materials if we set up many industries and manufacturing factories here in our own country. We should focus on it more.
Right, absolutely right,
Yes,
Himanshu.
I
Like
agree
just
with Himanshu.
example, like raw materials which we export to China are like we export iron to China, and in that China then refurbish it and make steel of it, and then exports back to us at higher prices. So we should focus on that. And like other thing which we should also take consider is like major phone brands, electronic gadgets are made in China. Like all the top companies from Xiaomi, Vivo, all these are Chinese companies. There are no Indian companies right in currently in the market. So we should focus on our companies so that they could also foster.
We can also we can also focus on our exports also by targeting the purchasing market from South Africa. We can also export our products so that we can counter our trade deficit which is increasing day by day because import we only import many things but we not export that much to count to minimize our trade deficit. We should also focus on the on that market which is a purchasing market like India. We are one of the biggest consumer market. We also have to target other markets also like South Africa to sell our products to increase our exports. And this will help us a lot to counter to counter to boost our economy, to decrease our trade deficit, to increase our exports, and it also like help us to like help us to boost the performance of these industries which we are going to set up.
Also, we have a good relationship with Russia and USA also. So we have to make the good relationships in economically, so that China we can beat China in economic conditions. So we are playing a multipolar role nowadays. So
Absolutely. Like
we have
We are
to
in the
enlarge
now in the
our.
condition that every country is supporting us. We can get help from anywhere, like on setting up our industries, and we also get a huge amount huge market outside our country also to sell our products.
And also we have India have a very key role of trading routes, from where China can makes his trading and exports and import through different countries. So we can block and we can just disrupt these trade routes, and we can make
Today India
our.
is in that platform that level that all countries want to make a relation with us, want to make a want to make a proper relation with us, want to do trade with us. So this will also help us to boost our economy.
absolutely right.
So
Currently, we have to also work on our labor force, skill them. Like just few months ago, when India surpassed China in world population, so Chinese commented on that India might have greater number, but we have more skilled people. So they were absolutely right. We have to work on our education system and also on our industry. We have to focus on R&D and D and work on advanced technologies so that we can in future make a skill force. Like compared to skill force, population wise, South Korea has 90% of skill force. Israel have more than 50% of skill force, but compared to India we have just 2% of our population skilled. So yeah, anyone wants to add something, or else we conclude the session now.
We also have to improve our labors by providing them different types of skills. And the government is also doing by promoting by by giving many schemes to improve the skills of the labor.
So okay guys, I think we have a great discussion today. We will have just one this topic today only because the quantity is very less. So okay guys, thank you for joining. Have a great day ahead. Anyone wants to ask something, they can.